A very good afternoon and welcome to the Stadio Olimpico in the Italian capital, where Roma seem to have gone from one crisis to another in this year's Serie A campaign. They've had nasty disciplinary issues to deal with in Europe as well, and a couple of changes of coach. One, of course, unforced with the sad departure of Cesare Prandelli, who had to care for his ill wife prior to the start of the season. Francesco Totti now into the side. That is, of course, led by Gigi Del Neri, now in charge. Of course, so many links between these clubs with the former Roma coach, having led Parma last year before moving to the capital to take over the team. Changes of coaches too recently for Parma. The second spot the club in charge now for Pietro Carmigiani. He was in after the sacking of Silvio Baldini last week, and able to manufacture an immediate result as well against Besiktas in the UEFA Cup. Gigi Del Neri himself will be hoping for something a little better this weekend for Roma. Final game of the year for them. They'll be hoping to head into the Christmas period with a win that sets them up nicely for the first game of 2005, which will of course be the derby here against Lazio. So Parma visiting the capital. Francesco Totti with the first touch. Foul straight away on Antonio Cassano, the former Bari man, who's setting things alight here in Rome. Parma with problems down the bottom of the league and desperate for a good result here. Roma themselves have recovered from those crises and still think that a Champions League place is possible. But that they will have to work extremely hard in the second half of the season. Here's Totti as the ball's given away. Looking forward for the run of Montella. Pisano. Sardinian trying to put the ball forward. In the end, it is easily at the feet of Matteo Ferrari. Roma fullback, and now Antonio Cassano. Just to get at the foul. Ferronetti, the man that committed it. Now Coufret, Argentine trying to stroll forward. Out of position there. Here is Mexes. French defender finds Panucci. Panucci himself very vocal in the press this week, saying that he's pleased that things have started to calm down for Roma. And he thinks the Giallorossi are very, very able of reaching the Champions League and the promised land that has also caused them so many problems this year. Now Totti, forward. Good save. First real chance of the match. Aquilani. Roma can come again here. Totti! Oh, two chances in the space of a couple of minutes and both unsuccessful. Well, Cassano making the first. Totti forcing a decent save from Sebastian Frey. French goalkeeper getting in the way there. Getting enough of a touch to prevent the touch in by Montella at the far post too. And Roma have recovered since the dismissal of Rudi Völler, the German coach, in favour of Gigi Del Neri. That nasty coin-throwing incident at this very stadium, in which Anders Frisk, the referee, was hit against Dynamo Kiev. Hasn't helped anything as far as they're concerned this year. Roma with a lot of repair work to do as far as their reputation's concerned in Europe. It's on the pitch they must take care of things though today. Nice win would send them into the holidays in a very good mood, full of festive cheer. Totti to take this free kick then. Here is Totti. Well, Frey losing control, Montella unable to turn in. Frey can thank Cesare Bovo for saving his blushes there. Frey with almost the most elementary of mistakes. Could have quite easily let it go wide. Here's the header at the far post by Panucci. Someone this time that's not going to threaten the keeper. Well, coming into this match, you already mentioned that it's been a turbulent week for Parma, the sacking of their coach, then the 3-2 manufactured win against Besiktas in the UEFA Cup. Roma, they had a stroke of luck last week, beating Brescia in the last minute. That Mancini converted penalty, really changing things around from them and giving it a bit of a more positive outlook. Is Totti trying to do the same? Now Cassano. Cassano with the chance, and it's 1-0. 10 minutes on the clock, and the Pugliese converts to put Roma ahead. Finally some cheer here at the Stadio Olimpico. Curva full of giallorossi there, delighted after Antonio Cassano needlessly played onside by the Parma defence. It's an easy enough time, with so much time and space to weigh up his shot to beat Frey. Well, there's the change. Paolo Cannavaro on for Giuseppe Cardone. And then force 1-2 with just 17 minutes on the clock. And that knee not responding well. So not been a great start of the game for new coach Carmignani. And they have defending to do here, Panucci. Cassano's made his way into the box. Here's Montella. Vincenzo Montella to the far post and set it over. Cesare Bovo desperate to try and follow Totti into the far post. Frey helpless. Bovo with a vital interception. And Roma enjoying themselves here. Cassano. It's just a long way out. Montella just about keeps it in. But before Grella is able to clear for Parma. Australian holding midfielder of whom we've not seen too much so far. In the meantime, the foul on Degano. Panucci gives it away. Italian forward something to stop himself in front of the telecamera there. And there's a chance to kiss and make up. Or cheekily suggesting to the referee it was elbowed. Really good spirits there. Mexes gets away with it. Angelo Degano. And with the rest of the Parma side, a little disappointed with how things have gone thus far. Trailing by that 10th Antonio Cassano goal to 0. Scoring goals this season for Roma hasn't really been the problem. Their back line has been poor. 24 goals conceded in 14 games in the build-up to this match. Awful start for a team that did have the best back line last year. Parma know they do have the players themselves to take advantage of it if they can put the moves together, as Grella finds Simplicio. And the Roma man. Helped on. There. No real chance to get Alberto Gilardino involved in things thus far. The striker has been impressing at Parma. Defending to be done as Gilardino makes his way. Goalkeeper drops. Although the goal rattles with the ball hitting the side netting. Referee's whistle had already gone. Gilardino getting in the way of the goalkeeper. Gianluca Ciucci. A goal today for Roma. Roma are without Ivan Felizzoli, their first choice goalkeeper this weekend. Jonas Delas does make the game though, despite an injury. Hasn't been tested too much so far as Mexes cleans up nicely. Totti, a little deeper than usual today. Penucci, that's Cassano in the middle. Good strong defensive header that came in from Ferronetti. Here's Totti. This time it's Bova that does defending. Chance for Parma to break here. You have bodies forward. So the playing surface isn't its optimum best at this time of year in Rome. Against the neat passes being put together. That's good work though from Gianluca Cucci. Mexes. Combines with De Rossi. This now is Ferrari. Cufré, Argentine fullback, finds Totti. Cassano to Aquilani. Roma with a side full of very confident young ball players. Mexes is one of those, despite being a centre-half. Teller goes down, referee says play on, but this is a chance now for Aquilani to find Cufré. Francesco Totti. Here's Panucci. And comfortable and confident in possession at the minute. Totti knocks it on. Here's Cassano. Good strong intervention in the end by Ferronetti. Roma doing well to prevent the second. Simplicio does his best to close down. Totti now. Panucci as ever available out wide. Sander doing his best to try and get onto the ball. Montella. Cassano yet again. In the meantime, the Parma defender down. Play still goes on. Bovo up with Cassano. Totti. He'll try again here. Totti still going. It's in. Well, Parma will contest the goal as Totti bangs in yet another. 107th goal dedicated to the crowd. A new club record of goals scored for Roma, established by Francesco Totti. Parma did have a defender down in the build-up. Even all the ball boys delighted to see their hero do his bit for the club. A message written in Roman dialect on the back of his shirt as well, saying he wants to play for Roma and just Roma alone. In fact, demonstrated in his club scoring record. Montella tried to get the ball in acrobatically. Totti took his time. 6 defenders around him. Still not able to stop the Roman Emperor firing in for the second goal of the afternoon. 29 minutes on the clock. It's Roma 2, Parma 1. And as you might expect, it's Francesco Totti. Well, thank you, captain's the message. You might think it's the end of the game with such a stoppage here. Fair play to the referee, who's not been a spoil sport, not booking Totti. Mexes. Now De Rossi. It's Cassano coming forward. Cassano looking for Montella, who puts it over. Well, once again, the Parma defence lacking any sort of cohesion and understanding. Cannavaro had got through. Headed towards goal, off the post by Panucci. Handball in attack though. Stops Roma putting in the third. It's going to be a yellow card. Our referee Racal Bulto giving a yellow card there, but poor old Vincenzo Moncella looked as though he simply slipped. Montella booked then. Finally we can get restarted once more. Parma not giving too much cause for optimism for their new coach. In a difficult first half an hour or so for Pietro Carmigiani. Gilardino in the centre waiting for the ball. Grella, Australian of Italian origin, doing his best to get forward. Ferrari cleverly winning the throw. Well, they've wasted no time in establishing control of the match, Roma, today. Parma not choosing to take the advantage thus far to build on their win in midweek. Oh, foul throw. Well, after letting that almost 5-minute Totti celebration go a little early on in the half, he's been a little picky since, the referee. Andrew Coufret is still not totally delighted with the man in the middle's performance. And yet again, Rome will have something to moan about. Delas putting behind for a corner. Sense for Carmigiani's side. Headed towards goal, it's in. Turned in by Bovo, is it? No, referee has decided that there was offside. Interference could well have been Gilardino who got the final touch. All sorts of mix-ups in there. In fact, I think it's Daniele Bonera who's protesting he didn't touch it. Let's have a look again. Well, there is offside there. There's Bonera's initial header. Is there a touch? No question about the offside. Referee deciding to go with the decision of his assistant. And deciding that Roma will still lead by 2-0. Alberto Aquilani. Back with De Rossi. Roma number 4 choosing the direct approach to try and find Montella this time. Here's Totti. If De Rossi comes in, the ball easily falls to the hands of Sebastian Frey. Coufret a little disappointed. He sounded the man who commits the foul. Parma looking like they're missing Marchionni, their main midfielder today. Morfeo coming back from injury to replace him. And it is Morfeo who's in a little trouble with the referee. Or was it a goal, wasn't it? Still difficult to suggest. Make a final judgment. Fair himself, adjudged to have got the final touch there. He then felt he was fouled. Kufrein with a good tackle. Kane contesting the decision. It's all got a little bitty and nasty in the last few minutes. Referee needing to take some control here. Palmer, of course, third bottom. Desperate for a win here. Do have the time to recover, of course. Halfway's point of the season is approaching. Of course, in the shed of their new coach, Pietro Camignani. They have a man who's been in charge of the Giallo Blu before. He knows how the club works. But at the minute, he's failed to have an immediate effect in the league. And against Besiktas will have done a heck of a lot for the morale of the club, but nothing for their points total in Serie A, which is what's important here. Here's Grela. Here's the ball out to the right to Pisano. Morfeo. Gilardino's in the centre. Good tackle from Mexes. Aquilani in there to pick up. Roma can take control of the ball once more. Totti. Wide to Panucci. Totti has already had an historic afternoon by breaking the club scoring record. Cassano now. Totti, Cassano. No offside given there. Aquilani can find space on the right again. Once more it's Panucci. Afforded the freedom of the Olimpico this afternoon down that right-hand side. Not managing to produce a cross that would trouble Frey this time. Simplicio foul by Aquilani. Well, Roma as well so far today, coping without last week's goal scorer Mancini, who has a groin injury. Well, that'll be a corner. Ferrari and Co have done the job when called on so far today. Pisano across to take it. Pisano's corner. Okay, back in. Just about away by Mexes. Not the clearance, not completed though. Chance at the far post, good save. Excellently pushed away by Turci. Good strong reflexes. Domenico Morfeo poised to make it 2-1. Roma for the minute have had their defences standing tall. Another Parma corner there. Flicked in, it's Bovo! This time the goal does count. And Parma have won back right on the stroke of half-time. Silence around the Olimpico. Cesare Bovo with just the tonic that the visiting fans needed. Succession of corners before half-time, finally paying dividends. Goalkeeper coming this time and making an almighty mess of it. Defender rises high. Parma halve the distance between the teams. It is Roma 2, Parma 1, right on the 45th minute of the match. Parma at least have something positive to grasp going into that half-time team talk. Roma do and will realise that they've had the domination of chances throughout this match so far, though, as Panucci comes again. In fact, that left-back area for Parma is something they really need to shore up in the second half. Panucci able to roam unguarded, really. As Mick says. So it was all plain sailing until just a couple of minutes ago for Gigi Del Neri's side. Roma in comfortable control of the match. Goals from Cassano and Totti, who scored his 107th and broke the club scoring record. Putting Roma in control before Cesare Bovo just seconds ago made sure it was 2-1. That could change though. Here's Montella. Chance to restore the 2-goal lead. Now Cassano. And who started his proceedings going here. Cassano going again. This time Fraser looked to it. From almost the very position from which he put his side ahead earlier on. Cassano unable to force the third of the afternoon. Referee blows for half-time. After goals from Totti, Cassano and Bovo at half-time here in Rome. It's Roma 2, Parma 1. Already the start of the second half here in Rome. Parma had to score 3 goals the other night against Besiktas to qualify for the next round of the UEFA Cup. Today they had to score at least 1 to take at least a point here. They trail Roma by 2-1 at half-time. On the 17th and in real relegation trouble against a Roma side who are just a couple of deep breaths away. And a big blowout from making it into the Champions League places. Roma starting off this match with complete dominance. Totti and Cassano in particular excellent in the early stages. Cesare Bovo's half-time goal has just changed the outlook of the match slightly. It's a replacement goalkeeper, Gianluca Hucci, who's had a decent game so far. A couple of important saves. De Rossi tries to help on for Cufré. Aquilani. Kurela in danger of giving away the ball. Back with the Australian now. Well won by Mexes. Back with Montella. Roma squad this week and their media appearances recognising they have more than enough talent to be competing in what they call the competitive positions in Serie A. To make sure they keep competing at the back here as Parma have been buoyed by that pre-half-time goal. I'm sure their manager wasn't short of a positive team talk or two. Pietro Carmignani already managing to manufacture 1 miracle. There's Matteo Cantini. At the start of that second half, replacing Daniele Bonera. Minor miracle, as it was called in the press this week. Result against Besiktas on Thursday. 3-2 win against the Turkish club. Parma players lauded for their passion and heart shown during the contest. It's more quality they need to show at the weekend, so in Serie A at the moment. Roberto Gilardino left disappointed there as Panucci picks up. Forced all the way back to his keeper, it has to come quickly. With Parma's recent success, engineered by Cesare Prandelli. Send our best wishes out to him and his wife, who's extremely ill at the moment with cancer. Veronetti with a throw for Parma. Simplicio now. Parma much more positive at the start of this second half. Bodies forward here. Mex is able to read it well though. Roma will be poised to go on the counter-attack. Sano attempting to chase. Paolo Cannavaro. And above the Italian international defender Fabio. Panucci. Reception from Totti, who picked up well. Here is Totti yet again, sliding into the area. Well, cheekily claiming that he was fouled. Simplicio exchanging passes with Guerra. Long ball was looking for Gilardino. Picked up though. Well, allowed to stride out of defence. Guerra. Out wide to Pisano. De Rossi doing his spoiler's job excellently. Totti. Now Cassano. Chance for three. No chance he was going to miss from there. And Panama's positive start of the second half has been put to bed. Well, we're content to play on the counter-attack in the opening minutes here. It's taken just 5 minutes after the restart for Francesco Totti again to be influential. Cassano just about onside. Totti with the assist. And a fantastic finish past the Parma captain, Frey. It's now Roma 3, Panama 1. And it looks as though the 3 points are destined to stay in the capital. Certainly is a long way back now for Parma. Onside here though. Chance to threaten the keeper. And as it has been more or less all afternoon, Matteo Ferrari has been equal to most things thrown at it. Meantime, the celebrations for the goal continue, as you can hear. Firecrackers set off in the curva. It was Contini putting the foul against Totti there. Pisano's come over to take it. Parma throwing bodies forward. And the remnants of that firecracker you can see behind the goal as Trucci comes. Not been found left doing a little wanting for the goal. Here's Totti. Now Cassano. And Montella is onside. Vincenzo Montella has Totti out of the right. Montella, it's 4. Now the points are surely in the bag. Party time in the Olimpico. Montella on the score sheet. All 3 forwards have now got their goals this afternoon. Roma 4-1 up and absolutely cruising. What again? Came on the break, 4 against 2. Montella didn't need any help. Wonderful control with his left foot. And look at this for a finish. Frey again comfortably beaten. And Vincenzo Montella, after just 52 minutes, makes it 4-1. Oh, what a morale boost that this victory will be ahead of that huge derby with the city neighbours Lazio. First game of 2005 promises to be an absolute cracker down here in Rome. Well, Parma, to try and make the scoreline look a little more respectable, because we certainly feel that within the realms of normal possibilities at the weekend. Certainly with the side and lack of talent they had on show today, if anything in terms of positive result is looking like impossible from this situation. Here's Mexes. Ball forward came from Montella. This time he is offside. case, couldn't quite get the finish right. A good metre or so beyond the last defender. I wonder what the SAC Parma coach Silvio Bandini will be thinking about, sat at home watching this on the television. Certainly doesn't look like much has changed since his departure. Gilardino unable to get on the end of that ball. As Roma yet again to build calmly and confidently from the back. Gallas finds Aquilani. And Montella out wide to Panucci. Oh, lovely skill from the fullback. It's the better of young Matteo Contini. It's a cynical foul, on which Contini receives a yellow card for. Panucci then over the free kick. There's 3 bodies in the box by Roma. They have the goals in the bag now. No need to take any risk whatsoever, really. Change coming for Parma then. The Alessandro Budella on for Domenico Morfeo. Third and final change already of the match for the Crociati. Panucci helping on. It's been a turbulent time for Parma. The financial scandals and what have you that's gone on. It was an extremely successful club during the 1990s. Successful over the last couple of years thanks to Prandelli as well. This year, untold amounts of trouble. De Rossi. Grella tries to help it forward. Cut out well by Cufré. He's been impressive today. Aquilani. Now Totti. Great control and fires forward for Cassano to chase. Cassano up against Cannavaro. Totti asks for the ball in the centre. There is Totti. Totti to strike! A wonderful goal! Well, if the first was about beating a record, the second was pure class. That's fired into him at pace. There was control and a brilliant strike to boot. Francesco Totti had his very best, no chance for it, and that really does put the final touch on the match. That with more than half an hour to play. Roma 5, Parma 1. 3 points in the bag, and Parma will have a long 30 minutes or so to play until the final whistle. Roma, you feel it's a question of how many they want to score today. So easy in the second half of the 3 goals in the space of just 8 minutes. It sealed the deal. There's Totti still going. Remember, he's on a hat-trick here. There's Pisano. who's in trouble here. Fouls yet again. It's a second yellow that equals a red. Andrea Pisano is given his marching orders. Even some of the Roma players can't quite comprehend why. The referee says he's the man that makes the decision. There was a bit of pulling and shoving and tucking going on. Andrea Pisano, his second yellow card, must leave the field. Booked in the first half, of course. Parma down to 10, losing 5-1. Still a chance that it could get worse for them here. Afternoon to forget in the capital. 15 minutes still to play. Pisano off, Parma with a man less. Nicely played out wide. Montella now in the centre. Good block by Cannavaro. Roma can still come now. Totti waits on the edge of the box. Now De Rossi, desperate to make his way into the centre. Grella and Simplicio combining to clear for Parma. Here's Panucci. Cufré will pick up. Plenty of energy in his performance. And could be forgiven for taking the foot off the gas here. Depends how hungry they are. And certainly after talking the talk in the midweek, they've walked the walk this weekend. And they've done it with time and space to spare. Parma here, it's all about making sure that it doesn't get any worse. Damage limitation. Simplicio plays it long. Gilardino's got a very lonely figure up front today. Alberto Aquilani. Contini. Now Budel. Here's Grella. Roma in the meantime ready and prepared to make two substitutions. With Raffaele De Martino and Giuseppe Scurto ready to be introduced. No way forward as De Rossi, fighting with his midfield teammate Aquilani. Team possession for Roma. And now are the recipients of a free kick. Bovo, the only Parma goal scorer today, getting in the way of Montella. So here come the changes then. Off will trot Mexes. And going with him will be Antonio Cassano. So Scurto and De Martino onto the field. Cassano with his couple of goals having done his job. And now reserved an extra few minutes rest before the Christmas period. He'll be back in the new year, of course, against Lazio. Panucci. A long ball, extremely over-ambitious one as well, as Totti looked to chase. Not to have his chance for the moment to get a hat-trick. Roma in the meantime, though, preparing to make their third substitution. Daniele Corvia will be the man to be brought on. Simplicio. There's Grella. There's Budel out wide. Keep ball exercise here for Parma. Grella's found himself further forward here, gets a shot away. Unable to really trouble the goalkeeper, who's had an extremely quiet second half. Panucci, all life, tempo and energy now taken out of the game by those 3 Roma goals scored in the space of a few minutes just after half-time. You know the job is done. Parma resigned to the fact that they're going to lose this game very comfortably. Contini getting across to prevent Panucci coming forward. Well, here comes the final Roma change, and it's a deserved applause for the record breaker, Francesco Totti. 107 was the magic mark. He's bettered that with 2 goals today. Now 108 in Roma colours. But this was the magic moment that he celebrated, becoming Roma's top scorer. A job well done for him. He leaves 2004, a very happy man indeed. On in his place coming Corvia. Totti with just 4 minutes remaining to sit out. Roma have a corner. Panucci. Corvia at the far post waiting for his first touch and almost setting up a chance. And Parma allowed a clear. Aquilani though. Cufré leaves it inside for De Rossi. Panucci. Montella will be given that captain's armband following the departure of Totti. A little disappointed not to add to his total today of 1. Pulled up there for the challenge on Bovo. A little touch for the goalkeeper to remind him he's in a game. They've been very, very happy to be more or less unemployed out there today. Just the 1 goal conceded before half-time. Parma might go back and point to the fact that they had a goal ruled out for offside, but further examinations of that replay seem to show that it was the right decision from the referees. Of course, by the time they were reduced to 10 men, the damage had already been done, already losing 5-1 before Pisano was sent off. Here's Gilardino. We'll finally have a corner. Well, they still wave the flags and support their team, but it's been an afternoon to forget for Parma supporters. Still anchored just outside the relegation zone. Easy enough for the keeper. Parma supporters, just as much as the Roma ones, will be desperate for the final whistle here. Roma to start the party in celebration of their now legendary captain. And of course Parma will get straight on back on the bus and head back up north. And the festive cheer staying down here in the capital. Panucci. Good, strong, important header one in the end by Ferronetti. De Rossi. What a find he's been coming through the ranks to become a very, very important player in the midfield already for Roma. Montella waiting for the ball. Offside decision. So into stoppage time we go. Fourth official about to tell us how much of that there'll be. Just the 1 minute to be added on. Referee having mercy on Parma. Roma seemingly content with their lot as well. No urgency to add to the score. Contini. As you can see, Parma waiting for the whistle. Good to see plenty of the crowd staying here. Cheers directed at the 3 points, but the adulation for the name Totti will be the biggest thing they're celebrating come the full-time whistle here. Here's Panucci in the meantime. Good strong tackle from Contini. And it'll be a Roma ball. There goes the full-time whistle though, on the day that Francesco Totti became Roma's all-time leading scorer. The Giallorossi destroying the strugglers Parma by 5 goals to 1.